Quote, video request, translating all the signs in Conking to English. You got it, Jelen. Let us do exactly that. But there's something missing. What's missing, you ask? And the answer is the vibe, the atmosphere, the music. This sign here says Old Antique Shop, and the sign above says Red Drugstore. This tall sign here says Red Hotel. This is a direct translation of Reliable Excavation Demolition, the full form of Red in TF2. And this sign here is probably grammatically incorrect. This white and black sign over here says Traditional Restaurant, and 3 of these mean the same thing. They look the same, right? It's not hard to guess. But this here roughly translates to Chinese Traditional Restaurant. But for some reason, the sign repeats China at the end of its name. It's grammatically incorrect, but it does not impede meaning. This beautiful neon sign here is the traditional Chinese for red. And this deep red sign here says fish and chips in Chinese, but this time in simplified Chinese for some reason. And now coming in we have another black and white sign, and this says Fresh Fish Store. Quite a mouthful actually. This sign here says night, and this sign here looks similar, and this is because it says at night. And this sign here basically says at night, 24 hours, a laterally inverted 7 divided by 7, which I have no idea of what it means, and Red Drugstore with an arrow. How fitting. And this sign over here is pretty self-explanatory, so there's that. This sign over here says Chinese Noodle Shop. Walking out from here, you would see drugstore repeated 4 times. And this time it looks different because it's in simplified Chinese. This sign over here says Blue Construction. Funnily enough, not a direct translation of the full form of blue, but this one over here is the full form translation. In case if you have forgotten what it means Builders League United. Of course, this is written in the wrong grammar, probably generated by Google Translate as well, but again, it does not impede meaning. Now this sign over here is a bit more exotic. Now this is actually blue, a blue sign, even has a bit of a sheen to it, but it says Red Hotel with a blue sign. This good old yellow sign over here says Dog's Home. This sign here says Industrial Company or Industry Company, I'm not sure, because I think this is grammatically incorrect. Again, it's probably generated by Google Translate. And this one says alcoholic beverage store, with alcohol highlighted in blue. I don't know why alcohol has to be repeated 2 times, but whatever. This over here is pretty self-explanatory, only that these 2 Chinese characters here means getting glasses. Or more accurately, the process of figuring out which type of glasses you should get. This here says Coyote Gray, which should be flipped if you want it to be grammatically correct. This here says Gray, this here says Coyote, and therefore, this should be in front and this should be in the back. Again, small error, doesn't impede meaning. And this here is a fucking beauty of a sign. Written in 2 fonts, 2 different colors. The upper 2 characters here says Coyote, next 2 says Gray, and this here is a laterally inverted character that says Night. These 2 characters says Industry, and these 2 says Company. And if you combine all these characters together, it roughly means Coyote, Gray, Night, Industry Company. And I'll leave you to figure out what that means, cause I do not fucking know. This here means bar, you know, the one that sells alcohol. And this beautiful sign over here says blue. And these 2 characters here printed on the barriers means close. And that is pretty much all the signs translated.
Let the rock tell you in Chinese.
Uh-oh. Chinese?
Ding bong ding dong, his stone cold aye.